you can see I have a camera on me now. So for those of you who don't know me or haven't seen me before, now you can see me. And I'm not going to have us on all game, just a introduction piece. And I also have three cameras on the field. So the first one is the angle you're seeing there, and then we have first base and home plate, which is not working right now because there is actually someone standing there. So it must have froze at some point. But yeah, those are our angles, and there it is, it's back. So right now I have the sun in my face, so it's going to be kind of challenging to see. The lighting isn't good, if you know what I mean. So a couple of these angles may not look the greatest. So I do want to talk about our main sponsor. They are M7 Sports. They are located in Beaver, and they're a sports agency. And they're not so much beneficial for girls these age, but when student athletes go into their freshman year in high school, that's when you want to reach out to these guys and see what they can do to help your daughters or sons in any sport. They help with college recruiting, brand building. They do a lot of the name, image, and likeness, and they do lots of other stuff. They have that new facility out in Aliquippa. They have plans on bringing in like mental health specialists. I know they're creating M7 shops, so they're doing a lot of things in our community for sports. So definitely reach out when your daughters are of age, and they don't have to be just in Beaver County either, so they can be in surrounding areas as well. So my daughter, if you don't know her, it's Macy Littler. She's a client of theirs. So they've been doing a lot of things for her. It's pretty cool to see. All right, so I am trying to live stream, and it's probably not going to be successful. So this place drives me nuts as far as their cellular connection. So I record these locally, and then I'll upload them later tonight. So we're waiting here for ground rolls. Yeah, and there's a shadow behind home plate, so it's going to make it a little difficult to see, but we'll do our best. Okay, so it looks like they're getting ready to start up here, and I believe St. Clairsville is going to lead off. So again, thanks for joining. If you haven't subscribed to the network, please do. It does help as far as growing the network, and there's a lot of things that I have planned for this network, so any little bit helps. And also social media and all that stuff. Facebook is a big thing that we're on. So all right, let's switch views here, get me out of the picture. They are getting ready. So we'll have to sit tight here a minute. Looks like they're bringing the umpire over to see something. It could be water. There's a lot of water sitting on the side of the field. The field itself drains well, but as far as getting the water off the field to play, it doesn't do well in some areas. The outfield's soft, and then they're looking at out of play right now behind third base. It's got puddled water too. And what they'll do is they'll decide now what they'll determine if that ball goes in the water. That's really what ground rules are. So every field has different ground rules, and they have to determine all that before the game starts. And that's typically what the discussion is at home plate before the game starts. So sometimes you'll hear a ground rule double or a book rule double. They are two different things. Book rule is a double based off of the rule book, and a ground rule double is a double based off of the field's ground rules. All right, so we are warming up, and it looks like we're going to get started here. So again, this is 10U All-Star Softball. The rules are slightly different. I know there's a run rule for 10U. It's 6 runs an inning. So I know if we were playing travel, we wouldn't have such things. All right, so looks like we're going to get started here. Need to figure out my camera angles. There's a swing and a miss. And I do have our scoreboard up. Get that up. That one missed high. This Blackhawk team, I watched them play a couple times, and they have a good team. They're well coached. Swing and a miss. We have a 1-2 count here. Called strike 3. This is a replay on that last pitch. All right, first pitch was a strike. And again, I do see I'm having network issues. So what you'll see on your side is just pauses or missing big chunks of the game. But I will upload a copy of it, and you can watch it on demand. I'm calling it HD demand. Ooh, that one missed high. There's a swing and a miss. It's the second strikeout of the inning. There's a swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss. This pitcher does real good with placing a ball. You can see her hitting her spots well. That is a strike 3. That was a nice changeup. This is the instant replay. Good job. And there is no drop third strike, just in case you were wondering there. All right, so let's dive into our sponsors. So Brady's Run Fitness, they're a locally owned gym out of Brady's Run Park, and they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no long-term contracts, which is nice, and they have all your fitness stuff. They have trainers on staff as well, so they have boxing lessons and group fitness and all that good stuff. But the secret that they have is they have a small area with indoor turf, and they have batting cages in the back. So if you're looking for a small area that just need to take some swings or maybe some infield, check them out. And I believe their daughter, I don't know if it's the 8U team or 10U team. I'm not sure which one. It might be 8U, but they'll be playing this weekend from Blackhawk. All right, so it looks like we're going to get started here. Now, the one problem I do have is with 4 outfielders. I sometimes fight with them. Looks like this one's going to stay out of my lane. All right, here we go. Blackhawks first batter. And here's the pitch. It hits it right away. And they tried to get her out at first, but overthrew the ball. But instead of advancing, she stayed at first. But that was a nice hit. All right, so here's the next batter. And the one thing I know is Blackhawk is very aggressive on the bases. Now, yesterday I had issues with the camera on the back of the fence. It's another nice hit to third. Makes a nice play. Gets her out at first. Let's do a replay on that one. That was a nice play. It's a good hit. A little bit behind it. Real good job. All right, that did advance the runner to third base. And there's a ball in play. That's going to score one. And they get the out at first, but it does score a run. There's a swing and a miss. First pitch. There are 2 outs. Missed high. Yeah, Blackhawk, they play small ball. Very good. There's a hard hit. Nice try, but it wasn't a great throw. She's going to advance to second on a wild throw there. It was in the dirt, so the first baseman could have grabbed it, but those are kind of hard to catch at this age. Nothing hurt at this point. So we got a runner on second with 2 outs. I don't know if that was high or inside. That looked like it was at the shoulders, so who knows? could see this umpire doesn't like the shoulders there. You got to be around the waist. Three, no. Gotta be careful here. You don't want to put two runners on. Missed high again. That's ball 4. You can see I lowered the camera, but it's in a more stable spot. Hopefully it works. Missed high again. I just added this first base view. This pitcher's missing, but not by much. That was high. You can see she's getting frustrated a little bit. Some of those pitches, man, I think they're strikes. That one missed high. Ball 4. Bases are packed. 2 outs. This is where you want to clutch hit. Take advantage of this when you can. And on the other side, you hope the pitcher kind of buckles down here and takes care of business. This is high again. And this is a very short backstop, so it's going to be tough for someone to steal home. Yeah, see, that pitch to me is close. There's a strike. That's a strike. See, he might have called that a ball, but she swung. That one's a ball. And when you play this game, both offensively and defensively, you have to learn and adjust to what this umpire's giving you. There's a foul ball. It is only 1-0, I believe. Missed high. It's ball 4. That'll make it 2-0. There are 2 outs. It's another thing here too. I'm not waiting for a walk. I'm being aggressive here. Put that ball in play. This pitcher's starting to let her emotions take over here. Got to take a deep breath and calm down. I'd almost like to see the coach come out here, give her a minute. There's those borderline high pitches. That one's high. No one's trying to run here. Short backstop. There we go. Waiting for that timeout. Check on her. You can tell she's frustrated a little bit. It's hard with these kids at this age. You know, it's still learning how to control the pressure and, you know, pitching. All eyes are on you. So it's not an easy thing to do. That's why as you get older, you see less and less pitching. And it's just because some girls just don't have that mental toughness that you need, which is fine. There's a strike. Maybe she'll settle down there. There you go. 2 strikes in a row. I'm still thinking that could be called a strike. He does not like the top of the zone. At least he's consistent, though. There's a nice chop at that ball. Missed high. That's a strike. Missed high on that one. There's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. And I'll tell you what, I'm sure the coach at St. Clairsville is very happy with only giving up 3 runs. So let's take a break, and I'll be right back. Fenceclip.com. I love these guys. I use their clips for my cameras. It's just a really good product, easy to use. They have mounts for your cell phone, your GoPro if you have it, and Mevo, and a bunch of other things. Just good things. They mount on the fence clip, or they also have a magnetic clip that has 4 magnets and hangs on the poles behind the backstop. So they're real nice to use too if you're at a field that has a net backstop. You can just mount it on the poles that are back there. They had donated a bracket to the network, so I like to send them some business when I can. So if you need one, reach out to them. It's also cool that he's like the customer service too. It's a small business, so you're not strapped with Amazon or what have you. His name's Gary Truesdale. So first pitch was a swing and a miss. The ball was kind of out of the strike zone. And missed outside, so we're 1-1. So this is the top of the second. And if you're joining us late, we're at the CV Summer Sizzler. This is 10U pool play. St. Clairsville, who is in Ohio. I had to look them up. Called strike. 1 and 2. And then, of course, Blackhawk is from here in Blackhawk, or I'm sorry, Beaver County. Evens the count at 2. There's a hit that's going to fall in front of the second baseman. And that'll be St. Clairsville's first batter, the base runner. Looks like she had a shot at catching that, but just came up short on her. There's a swing and a miss. I don't know if they'll test this catcher. She's got a pretty nice arm back there. There's a swing and a miss. That one missed high. They keep the runner on first. She thought about running, but she stopped for good reason. Those of you who are trying to watch us live, that one missed outside. I will copy or upload this local copy that I'm saving here, so you'll be able to watch the full game later tonight or tomorrow morning. The cell signal out here just isn't the best. There's the ball 4. So that puts runners on first and second. And I don't think there's an out. There's no outs. So St. Clairsville got something going on right here. Missed inside. This umpire has a very tight strike zone. There's a foul ball. See how low the camera I have it. You can probably see it behind the umpire. I have it right behind the crossbars there, hopefully out of harm's way. They took a beating yesterday. There's a foul ball. I think the first pitch in warm-ups, someone hit it, knocked it down. Then I walked over, fixed it, come back, and within the next inning, someone knocked it off again. So at that point, I just let it be. I don't put up much of a fight. There's a foul ball. I lost track of count here. Hopefully umpire tells us. Nope, doesn't tell us. Some of them are real good, but so they stole third, or that was ball 4. So St. Clairsville is threatening. They have bases loaded. We have time. Check this out. This is our 3 camera angles. Good stuff. So we have a conference with the coach and pitcher, trying to get her to settle down a little bit. All right, it looks we're ready to get started again. I can't see the scoreboard. I don't think there's any outs here either. There's a swing and a miss. St. Clairsville, you definitely want to score one of these. Man, that's a strike. I'm hitting a replay. I'm going to miss it. I'm sorry. I think that's a strike. That's strike 3. Strike 3. So I think that's the first out. That one was high. Batter almost swung at it. Miss slow. You can see all the bugs. There's a lot of bugs in the outfield, and since this camera is in center field, zoomed in, that's why it looks so bad. Every time there's a foul ball, I get scared. There's a swing and a miss. That's foul ball. That one missed outside. Full count. There's a nice hit. That's going to score 1. Here comes the second one. And they held her up. But the hitter advances to second, so it's a big hit right there. So 3-2, and they have runners on second and third, and I think there's only one out. Oh, missed eye. That was coming after the umpire. He got out of dodge. There's a called strike. Another called strike. There you go. I think they found what the ump likes. Those low ones. Keep them down there. Missed on that one. Evens the count at 2. Foul ball. Had a little glitch there. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that's 2 down. Runners are on second and third. I'm sure St. Clairsville would like to tie it up here. That one missed low. Ooh, that one got away from her. Second and third. 2 outs. St. Clairsville was down 3-0. And they come back and scored 2. Down by 1. Missed high. Yeah, the umpire, he does not like those high ones. Ball 4. Loads the bases. There's a swing and a miss. That was a big swing. This is a pretty big at bat here. That was a nice pitch. See if I can get the replay in before. I got to go live. Threw it high. He doesn't like those high ones. Keep them low. Wow, that didn't miss by much. There's a swing and a miss. They got out of it. All right, so St. Clairsville scores 2. They're within 1 now, so we'll come back with the bottom of the second. So M7 Sports is a sports agency located out in Beaver. They are our main sponsor, so I'd like to give them a shout out more than once through the broadcast. So they don't do much for kids this age, but when they get to be freshmen is when you want to look them up and see what they can do for your kids. They'll help them with hype videos and college recruiting and all that good stuff. Called Strike. So this is the bottom of the second. There's a foul ball. Games are timed. I think it's 75 minutes. Finish the inning. So the run time right now that I have on my camera is about 40 minutes. That's not the official time, but kind of gives us an idea where we're at. Missed high. This pitcher, she throws pretty hard. It's a foul ball. You can see that these Blackhawk players are a little late on her. She throws pretty fast. Nice pitch. That'll be out number 1. Missed high. strike. So tomorrow, I'll be at the other complex that they have these games in. And I'm going to do 4 10U games. And then Sunday, I'm going to follow the 8U bracket. Called strike 3. This pitcher has settled in. Yeah, and then on Sunday, I'll do both of the championship games, 8U and 10U. Called strike. See how we have a full schedule. Missed high. Wonder what the umpire is telling someone to move. I don't know who. It's weird. Missed high. Might have been one of the coaches. Maybe he was. I have no idea. He keeps looking over there. That's a called strike there. My network, I'm dropping 67% of my packets, which is not good for those trying to watch us live. Called strike 3. Okay. Well, we have, after 2, we have Blackhawk winning 3-2. We're on BCSN for the CB Summer Sizzler. And we'll be back after a short break. So, photo bombs. They have those photo booths. So they bring a camera and they do this at grad parties, weddings, birthday parties, pretty much whatever you want. But they set up a booth. They have a bunch of props, different backgrounds, and you can take pictures. And it's pretty cool how they have it set up. They also do DJ. They play music. It's not really a DJ. They just play a playlist with their speakers. Yeah, so they're locally owned, and he actually does some print stuff, and he printed my signs for me and donated it to the network. So there's a swing and a miss. So I have a sign that I hang out in the outfield with me. Then I have tags that foul ball. I have tags that have a barcode on it, so you can scan the barcode and it'll take you to our network. And then I have a big banner. That one missed low. I have a big banner for the Small Ball podcast, which is a podcast I do through the winter. Called strike three. I still have that at home. I was going to hang it up out here, but I didn't bring it out here. There's a foul ball. This girl's tall. Just noticed that. She's almost a head taller than a catcher. Called strike. Yeah, he likes those slow ones. He's from the chest to the shins. Here comes a high one. She hit her spot. It's a fair ball. Nice play. Good job. Bit slow. There's a swing and a miss. That's a foul ball. Hit the backstop. That was real high. Got away from her. His sun is right in my eyes. Missed high. Looks like the whole infield is in shade now. Foul ball. Yeah, the second game, some of it will be under lights. I don't know if our days have to be getting shorter now, so imagine we'll have the lights on by 8:30. That ball's in play. And it's going to be caught by shortstop. Good job. All right, so we'll be back with the bottom of the third inning. I have to change that. All right, right back. So one of the things I started last winter, after we wrapped up the fall softball games, I realized that there was no action on the network, and it became dormant over the winter. So I decided to start a podcast, and I called it Small Ball. And the idea is to interview varsity senior players, coaches. I'll try to get a college coach and interview him. And then pretty much anything related to softball. And those games will start those podcasts will start in November. There's a ball in play. Back to the pitcher. Makes the catch. Just got underneath it a little bit. Nice play. Shortstop was underneath her just in case he dropped it. All right. That one was missed high. I think that was the top of the order. This isn't the best angle for lefties, so it looks like. It's a hard hit there. Foul ball. That went right into the water. It's a called strike. It's 2 strikes. It is kind of windy out here. It's not too bad. That one missed high. Catcher tried to frame it. This isn't giving you that call. He doesn't like them high ones. Ball 4. You gotta watch these Blackhawk base runners. They love to go. Missed high. There she goes. Called time. So she did steal a base. She's on second. It's the one bad thing about having that camera low. I don't really have a good angle. Gotta watch them. Blackhawk are runners. There's a nice hit. Play it first. It's going to get her. So that'll be 2 outs. Runner on third here. Sure, St. Clairsville wants to get out of this inning here. Missed high. And if you're wondering, I don't announce names for youth players just to protect their identity. I know there are some parents that don't want their kids on the internet, which I understand. Swing and a miss. So I figure those of you who are watching, you'll know who your daughter is or your granddaughter or whoever you're cheering on here. Missed high. That's ball 4. So there's runners on first and third, 2 outs. was wild. They're going to advance to second, but the runner on third will stay there. So we have second and third. That was a strike error. She didn't like it. There's a foul ball. That one missed high. We have a wet ball, I guess. Ball 4. That loads up the bases. So we have 2 outs, bases loaded. Called strike. This is big for both teams. A little bit high on that one. There's that foul ball. Missed high. She chased after that one. Foul ball. We have a full count, bases loaded. Ball 4. Scores a run for Blackhawk. Missed high again. This pitcher's not missing by much. Just got to bring it down a little bit. Focus on your mechanics here. Come on. There's a nice pitch. Foul tip. Squeezed by the catcher. I don't know much about pitching. That was one thing I never got in through the years of my involvement here. It's a swing and a miss. That one missed inside. I know when I coached, I would ask the parents, what's she doing wrong? all four. And they would tell me, and then I would just yell that at them. All right, 5-2, Blackhawk. And it looks like we're going to have a conference. And we're going to switch pitchers. All right, I'm going to take a minute here. Let me switch the screens so you can see this better. But this Mint Mobile, so if you use the link here, it's mintmobile.bcsoftballnetwork.com. Mint Mobile is a cellular service or a provider like Verizon or T-Mobile. They use T-Mobile towers, and they do everything through the internet. So there's no storefronts or anything like that. So they offer really cheap cellular coverage, and it's like I said, they use T-Mobile. So look into it. If you use the link that I have up there, mintmobile.bcsoftballnetwork.com, and you sign up, the network will get commissions off of it. So if you're like me, I have 2 daughters, my wife, myself, and my dad is also on it. So our bill's like $400. It's like $380 or something like that. But I was going to move my dad to Mint Mobile because he just uses the phone. He doesn't have a smartphone or anything. So it might be a way for you to save some money. And they also have unlimited family plans as well. So Miss Lowe again. So, call strike. Missed outside. Missed high again. There's hit the fence, hit the backstop bubble. Swing and miss, strike 3. They got out of it. All right, so after 3, we have Blackhawk winning 6-2. So we'll be back for the top of the 4th after a short break. So the NFL Survivor Poll, this is what I hope to be our biggest fundraiser of the year. Right now we have 42 entries, I think, which isn't bad, but I do want to grow it. But I need you to sign up. So go to survivor.bcsoftballnetwork.com and register. It's $10 an entry, and all you have to do is pick one winning NFL team every week. And the only catch is you can't pick the same team twice. So, after you pick one team, you won't be able to pick them again for the rest of the season. So it is hard to do. Oh, there's a nice hit. The second, throws to the first. Good job. Nice play. But yeah, that it's $10. $6 goes to the pot. And $4 goes to the network. So first pitch missed high. I would like to get 50 entries. That's my goal anyway. And that'll be $300 winning pot. And that'll kick the network some money, or I can invest it and hopefully some help with the network. Long-term goals is to missed high is to use that fundraiser to raise money for scholarships for the senior varsity players out of Beaver County. This girl has a changeup, I believe, but she's throwing it a little bit too high. Ball 4. So that'll be a base runner for St. Clairsville. No throw on a steal. So we got a runner on second. Slow. Base runners trying to sneak out there. Just throw that ball back to the pitcher and try to get him with that look back rule. There's a ball in play to first or second. Gets the out at first. Throw it in. Where are you throwing it? Okay. Really aggressive there. They're down by 4. Not sure you want to do that in that situation. Here's a bunt. It's going to be foul. I think that's the first bunt we had this game. I'm a big fan of bunting. So runners go to advance to second on a wild throw. There are no outs. Miss slow. And this is not what St. Clairsville wanted. Called strike. I have a minute 16 on my live feed. So I can't imagine there being many more minutes left. Called strike 3. All right. It might be the first out. I'm not sure. That's a strike. Missed high. I still think that's a strike. I'm not sure why not. Unless it's the angle that I'm at. I don't know. That one this low. That one got away from her. She's going to advance to third with no throw. That doesn't help. St. Clairsville, they got to get done quick here. Time's running out. Ball 4. Yeah, I'm thinking time is going to be a factor here real quick. So runners on first and third. It's slow. What happened? Is that the game? That's the game. All right. So thanks for joining us. We have Blackhawk beating St. Clairsville 6-2. And we'll be back with the second game, the doubleheader, which is Central Valley versus Mountain Madness, I think. I'm not sure who they are, but we're going to find out. So thanks for joining again. My name's Bill Littler, BCSN. Check you next time.